So we were on a trip here a little while back, and I blew my first belt on my Pro XP. I'd actually kind of hurt the belt a little bit doing some rock crawling, and so it's kind of my fault. But anyway, I did blow the belt at high speed, and so I'm changing out. I changed out the belt in the field and got it back to camp, whatnot. And you know, I figured, well, I better go ahead and inspect my clutches and take them off, do a little service on it. So something that you know, you might want to keep in mind if you do blow a belt at high speed, something very important. There's a vent that allows the air to escape from the clutch housing. So if you don't get all of this belt stuff out of that hole, you are probably going to be buying a lot of belts, and they're pretty expensive. So you got to take the secondary clutch off to get up in there. However, it's definitely worth the time to do it. So just a word to the wise, make sure your clutch ducting is cleaned out. So another little issue, blowing the belt here, I was talking about this belt. So there's a plastic air deflector that goes back behind your primary clutch. And this air deflector is pretty important because it really routes the air in the right direction to keep the clutch as cool as they can. So when you blow a belt, if you blow a belt at high speed, it's pretty likely that you know, you may end up, number one, breaking the plastic off the top of this. You see this one here is broken. That's the air deflector. I've got one here to replace it with, and you notice there's a fin on there, and that is actually very important in directing the airflow inside that clutch housing box. So keep that in mind. If that does break, you know, make sure that you find the pieces. So when I pulled mine off to inspect my clutches here, I found that a lot of the chunks, the pieces, had actually gotten behind this plastic plate, and there was parts of the plastic and parts of the belt that were stuck back in there. And that stuff is right up against the crank seal, which if you end up taking out that crank seal, now you got a much more complex problem on your hands. So keep in mind, you guys, if you blow a belt, make sure you you do your inspection and make sure that you get all that old belt stuff out of there. You know, it's only a matter of time before a belt is going to go on these cars. So like I say, try and make sure you get all that debris out of there. Save you a lot of time and money in the long run.